attention of Peasant and Munster. Oh, he could dummy and score a try himself. Harry wins it for the Storm. Golden point greatness for the champion number 9.
Oh yes, Harry Grant, the crafty little hooker, tricked all of the Panthers and got an epic victory for the Storm. But perhaps the bigger talking point was just moments earlier when Nathan Cleary slotted that field goal, and then Harry Grant, whether you want to argue he played for the penalty and he milked it, this is divided opinion, Freddie.
Well, he did play for it.
Well, he definitely played for it.
But to the letter of the law,
well, Moses
was fair.
Moses is in the position and he does move. It does send out a message that pretty much you can't be in front of a kicker now, because if you are anywhere in front of a kicker, the defence will just run at you. And that's what's happened in this situation.
Well, it all depends what you want to argue. Do you want to argue, was it a correct decision? Like, at the end of the day, it was the correct decision because you can't do that. Or do you want to argue you don't like the actions of Harry Grant? You know, they're two different conversations, I believe.
Should we change the interpretation or the rules so that, because Harry did...
Well, you're not allowed to do that.
Leave the game alone. Stop changing rules.
Well, that rule got changed last year.
Yeah.
So the blocking rule. But yeah, if you listen to Penrith, they talk about the blocking rule was brought in when people stood at the ruck, nearly offside, and blocked the markers from running out. Now Moses was still blocking, but he's 5 metres away. So that pretty much says if you're anywhere near the dummy half and the kicker, you could just get run at.
What makes it inconsistent now, Freddie, is now there's a lot of conversation around this, and that play, like, look at Penrith. Like, sometimes you can work too hard. Like, you've got to put up with that, because Penrith work as hard as anyone, and they were all chasing the kick, and Harry was just a little bit too smart. But with this conversation around, did Harry deserve that penalty because of his intentions? Well, the referees will start thinking about the players' intentions and forget about just refereeing the rules of the game. And that's where it's really dangerous. We'll talk about the Warriors and the Dragons like later on in the show. And there was a controversial try given to the Warriors, which I thought was a blatant obstruction. So you've got to be careful with all this talk around the intentions of the player. I think the referees just need to sit down and just worry about the rules of the game and not think about the intentions of the player.
Well, he awarded a penalty straight away, Ashley Klein. Yeah. I've got to say, Ashley Klein, the best refereeing performance of the year.
Yeah,
he was absolutely outstanding. But straight away, he blew the penalty.
The thing where you've got to find at the moment is coaches are going to earn their money. We're looking at the kick into wingers, and then we're going to look at also how we're going to get field goals. So they have to work out ways to give their team an advantage. Harry gave his team an advantage, and he got the result. So good on Harry.
Do you think that could possibly be the grand final in about
that's standard
6 weeks' time, 7
compared
weeks'
to
time?
any other game this year. That was just below Origin intensity.
No Isaiah Yeo, no Pappenhausen, no Hughes as well.
Yeah.
I think they completed
come back in
89%, 85%. Penrith come up with a few late errors. So that was Origin and above quality. Tough conditions.
Yeah, wet.
Right, Xavier Coates, he scored 2 and set one up. How long's it been since a winger's got man of the match? He was unbelievable.
And Munster at fullback as well, Billy. He was giving it to you after the match, saying you used to pick his brains, but it was good to see him. Like, he was really involved, and I know it's not an unfamiliar position, but...
Well, he was actually the one that went to Craig Bellamy and said, let me play fullback.
Yeah, right.
This is the best thing for the team. Jonah Pezzett deserves his opportunity to play in the halves, and he wanted the challenge. And when you've got a guy like Cameron Munster that wants the challenge to play in a position that he wants to play in, well, you give it to him because you know he's going to be involved in the game, and he loves those sort of challenges. So he's not foreign to the position. He's played there before. He played a lot of junior footy, and he actually came into the NRL as a fullback. But yeah, he was wonderful.
Marion Seve playing with the goggles on, I got to say, absolutely sensational.
Yeah.
Did he nearly lose an eye?
Yep, he was very close to losing his eye.
And he would have thought his career's over.
Yeah.
But to play, I thought it was incredible. There he is.
There he is, Scuba Steve.
You know, you spoke really well after the game. These two teams were just miles in front of any team I've seen this year.
It was a risk for Seve even to come back because they said if he gets a knock to it again, he'll permanently lose his eyesight. So that's a first. Even Cleary with the headgear, haven't really seen that before. He said he had a bit of cauliflower ear going on.
Not just did Marion Seve come back and play, he scored that try. that was really important. And he made that defensive play just before Coach took the intercept and ran the length. Like, he came up with some big plays, Marion Servet, and he's worked his way back into the NRL team. He's earned that opportunity, and he's obviously a highlight with the goggles, but he's doing a great job for him.
Yes.